All right, guys, so I never thought I'd see the day, but apparently this has been a thing for a while now. So shout out to Lenny Charlotte, who commented yesterday saying, FYI, I've been running Gnut solo Fireknight 20 100% for months. Runs smoothest with presets, just turn off the A2, but works 100% full auto. So let's go check this out real quick. I built a team yesterday, I built a champion yesterday, Gnut, to do Fireknight stage 20, 100% full auto, no presets. I move this champion around, doesn't tell me that, hey, it's going to break the team. So no presets whatsoever here. We're going to start this fight. I ran 81 battles yesterday, 100% success. The nice thing about this is with multi-battles, with RSL helper, whatever it may be, you can have Gnut, the only champion in the lead, and then swap out the food champions. It's very smooth, very easy to do if you can hit the speed requirements for this, as well as the accuracy. But let's check out what the benefits of farming stage 20 actually are. Well, stage 20 actually gives you the exact same amount of experience as stage 10 hard mode. So as far as farming food champions levels, stage 20 is the same as stage 10 hard mode. Now, it obviously has a big difference in the gear drops. Stage 20, you have a 2% chance of getting 6-star legendary gear. Stage 10 hard, you get a 5% chance to get 6-star legendary, and then a 1.6% chance to get 6-star mythical. So you have to decide for yourself, do you rather, or would you rather, double dip in tournaments? Would you rather get the champion training done as well as a Fireknight tournament? Or do you just need better gear overall? And of course, you can do something like I'm going to do, which is sometimes when I'm kind of low on resources in general, I need to double dip in these events. I need to level champions as well as farm Fireknight. But other times I have a little bit more energy, a little bit more gems, which is not right now, unfortunately. I got to wait for those CC perks to come through. But right now I'm pretty low. So I'm going to do this method, but in other situations, I'm going to go for Fireknight Stage 10 hard mode, especially during the 3x Savage event. Honestly, that's kind of the best time to do it, is during 3x Savage, go hard on Fireknight. Because outside of 3x Savage, well, you don't really need the other sets as bad. However, regeneration is potentially worth farming hard for, because regeneration is very good for solo champions in general. Not for Gnut. Gnut doesn't need regeneration, thankfully. But this run has seemed to vary between about 2 minutes and 10 seconds up to about 3 minutes-ish. So it does depend on some RNG factors, like if you get these turn meter decreases happening, if you hit the A3 early. This is going to be a relatively fast one here. He's going to use his A2 probably, so I kind of just want to turn off auto and just do my stuff myself, but it is what it is. So not going to obviously turn off auto. This is a solo run, so we're not going to turn off auto. We can't do that. But there we go. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That is one of the better runs. So just a heads up, that's not going to be every single time like that. But as far as this Gnut build goes, how are you going to build this guy to do this insane stuff? Well, he's in Savage for me. You don't have to use Savage because you could use Relentless. You could use a ton of different sets. But the reason why I put him in Savage is because this allows him to hit extremely hard. Fireknight Stage 20 isn't capped by max HP, so you could essentially have it to where Gnut breaks the shield, does his A3, and wipes out the Fireknight just one time. It does take more stats than I have, but it's not going to be a significant difference. Now, the most important thing here is his speed. So for me, his speed is 260. If you look at the Fireknight Stage 20, you'll see that the Fireknight speed is 100. So what I want to do is go 3 times per each turn the Fireknight takes. So in order to do that, I have to have, I believe, a minimum of 259 speed, as long as I have Spirit Haste, as well as Whirlwind of Death. So Spirit Haste is going to give me that extra 24 speed, so 24 plus the extra 18 over there, for each enemy killed by this champion, which Gnut's the only champion here. So he's going to be killing everybody, plus 16. Is that what I said? No, plus 18, so an extra 42. So 42 total. So 300, let's say 301, so we make sure we go an extra turn, minus 42, means you need a minimum of 259 speed to go 3 times per the Fireknight's 1 turn. So for my case, with the Fireknight area bonuses selected, I have 260 speed, which does get me above the speed needed. Now I can come in here and actually glyph some more stuff. So if you're somebody who's struggling hitting these speeds, well, this team may not be very good for you. But if you're somebody who could hit these speeds and make it work with your other teams, well, this is fantastic. So as far as his other stats go that are important, if you're using this Gnut in Hydra, if you're using him in other Fireknight stages like hard mode stages, you're also going to want your accuracy to be good. Now I've built my Gnut for Fireknight Stage 10 hard, so the accuracy needed here is 345. I have 342. I need to come in here and glyph a little bit more accuracy, but in general, I'm pretty good. I think I have a leader of Mikage possibly, but I'm not getting resisted very often, so I should be fine. But you do want enough accuracy to at least land the A1 decreased turn meter on stage 20. What, to be honest, it's 225, or sorry, yeah, 225 accuracy, not very much. So you should be able to hit that fine, but you got to make sure you hit the speed. Got to make sure to get 100% crit rate, of course. Got to make sure to get the accuracy needed for whatever stage you're doing. And then from there, it's really just, hey, get him into Savage if you can. If you can't, Relentless works out great. Instinct is also a very viable set because on stage 10 or any stage above 20, since you have max HP being capped, it doesn't take crazy high stats to actually hit that max HP cap. Now here, I'm actually considering coming in here and taking this weapon and swapping it over to this crazy weapon I got a while back in Slayer set, a quad roll crit rate. You can't see that, but it's a quad roll crit rate. This is a really solid weapon. However, I didn't want to do that for this video because it's a little bit overkill, to be honest. I could even go priority stats, crit damage, squeeze out a little bit more from Savage set, I believe. So I may try it out for my build, but that's a really good weapon. I'd really rather save that for like my Obro in the future. But this is something I could do for Gnut. I forget what champion it was to swap the build, but essentially I could make this hit harder. I could definitely get him to be more likely to one-shot the Fireknight with that A3 ability. So the things you worry about here is this A1, of course. You need this to actually land the debuff, so you do it in that fully booked. His A2 could be turned off on the Fireknight. Not required, obviously. Without presets, you can't turn it off. I prefer to run without presets so I can have RSL helpers swap it in and out. I can have my multi-battles, whatever I want to do, swap out the food champions, which I think is the most efficient way to do it, especially in a slower team like this where you're going to be farming overnight. And then his A3, of course, you want that fully booked. You want as much damage you can get from that. For his, obviously, his passive is good. His A3 also heals him, which means he doesn't need lifesteal or anything like that. He's going to survive the Fireknight hits, plus he's strong affinity. You could technically gear him with 85% crit rate, but don't do that. Gnut deserves better than that, guys. Phantom Touch. The reason why I have this is because the extra hit breaks the shield one more time. So essentially, if you have 10 stacks, you do his triple hit, you could drop it down to, I guess, 6 because it could extra hit on one of those hits. So this will help break the shield faster. It'll make your runs in general be a little bit more consistent. I believe you could probably change this off. Not 100% sure, but if you're going to go for this, go Phantom Touch. It's not there for damage. It's there strictly for breaking the shield a little bit quicker. Now, as far as his masteries go, this one could be turned off, but I like it so much in other content, I didn't turn it off. But the reason why it could be is because sometimes he resets the cooldown on his A2 skill, and he uses it too much. So if he's using it too much, it's not using one of the more valuable skills. So you could turn this off, but on the plus side, it could reset the cooldown of his A3, which is incredible. So these are the masters I'm using. Giant Slayer is very important. Honestly, if you're just doing stage 20, you could go something else, but Giant Slayer is much better for like stage 10 and stuff. So stage 20, full auto, easy. And if you're somebody who built my Fireknight stage 10 hard team, and you're wondering if this Gnut slots in, yeah, he does. He slots in perfectly fine. Not a single problem at all with this. I'll go ahead and show you it. Matter of fact, with the Phantom Touch, it may even be smoother. I actually tried it yesterday, and I set a very close new record. So yesterday, I did it, and I set it at 106, and my record's 104. So this team still works perfectly fine. Now, the Gwendolyn, she's built pretty strong. I'll show you guys all the builds of these champions in case you're curious as well here. But this team should do well. 21 seconds at the boss. The Gnut previously was going after the Fireknight slammed, but now he's going just before the Fireknight slams. So turn orders are a little bit different. He actually gets his triple hit in before the shield's broken, unfortunately, but it seems to be fine. It seems to work out. Gwendolyn, I think, has Soul Reap, so she ends up slicing down the boss anyways, so it's all okay, but something to be mindful of, I guess. So like here, we got a triple hit from Gnut. Unfortunately, no big hits come out whatsoever. So his triple hit's basically dead. But that one is. The Kymar comes back around and resets. Makes him have his triple hit, which is fantastic. So Gwendolyn comes in with a few extra hits. She's doing a ton of damage, honestly. She is crazy. Kymar resets. Gnut does his triple hit. And then Gwendolyn does the Soul Reap after whatever his name is. The old man does this. So Soul Reap should proc here. Very soon. Eventually, someday the Soul Reap will proc. There we go. Soul Reap does its job. A minute 16, we're done. So this team still works fine. No problems with this whatsoever. And in case you're curious, I will show these champions builds because it was a request in the previous video to show these. These are not the focus of the video. I've done a dedicated video to this. I'll specifically show Gwendolyn because people were interested in her. I don't want to click through everything. It'll take too long. I did a video on this team. I'll try to leave it linked down below in the comment section if you want to check it out. But again, guys, Fireknight Stage 20, 100% successful. I did well over 80 runs of this, and it's honestly fantastic. You just drop out these champs, you throw in your fusion champions you're trying to level, and you just cruise on to level 30, and you do the multi-battles, and it automatically swaps them out because there's no presets here, guys. So hopefully you like this team. Once again, big shout out to Lenny Charlotte. Awesome. I don't know why I never did this before. I guess because I don't really visit Fireknight Stage 20 ever, but this works out fantastic. He's strong affinity, so he's getting the weak hits. He survives, no problem. He's a defense-based champion. Doesn't need lifesteal. Same build as other content. I mean, this is literally a perfect build because Fireknight, Hydra, not really clan boss, but Fireknight, Hydra, all like for Gnut to be faster. Even Relentless, it's fine. Even in the team I was using, Relentless is fine. If you're going faster than the boss, it's not really going to cause any problems because Gnut can survive the hits anyways. So in general, honestly, I think it's like a picture-perfect build for Gnut. The 260 plus speed. We have defense ignore set. So guys, best of luck building this. It's not the easiest build to do, but it could help you out with farming some of this stuff for fusions in the future. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Let's watch this run finish out. Hopefully it does it correct this time, though it could be bad and it could make me look kind of bad as far as the time goes. But like I said, sometimes it ranges from 2 minutes and I guess 5 seconds, the previous one, to 3 minutes. The ending run, the screenshot I took, was 2 minutes and 55 seconds. This 26-second stuff, that's not this team. However, Gnut plus Gwendolyn could probably do that pretty fast. It could actually probably set a new record, honestly. Unfortunately, we did not get my A2 ability off there. That would have changed a lot. But we did resist the decreased speed, which is pretty fantastic. Now, with no Phantom Touch, so there we go. Phantom Touch proc, and we got 6 stacks on the shield. So now, Phantom Touch proc again. Oh, this is going to be 2 hits on the shield, or 1 hit with no shield. Okay, so now we're starting to work it down a little bit. We're getting the 3 hits here. No Phantom Touch proc. Nope, no Phantom Touch procs. Let's see here. Phantom Touch proc 1, so that means 1 hit from this is going to reduce the turn meter. It's kind of weird, like, the hits from that reduce the turn meter. There we go. 1:54, guys. Oh my goodness. That is going in the thumbnail. Yes. But sometimes the run, it's weird how the A1 ability will decrease turn meter if the shield's, like, if it's at 1 and you hit, it'll decrease turn meter. Whereas the max HP hit, if it's at 1 and you hit, it does not do the max HP hit. So I guess it's because of how things are coded, obviously, but this is pretty sweet. I'm going to use this as a thumbnail. So it's not clickbait. There's a range, but this one's very solid. So guys, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you all. Best of luck building this team. The Fireknight bonuses that I have aren't that important as far as you don't need the defense ignore. Obviously it helps, but you don't need that to do this pretty quick. So thank you for watching. Let me know what other interesting comps you want to see, and stay tuned for more coming very soon, guys. Catch you all later.